we're dealing with a subject matter that resonates around the world. And whether or not you have 10 pounds or 200 pounds to lose, you can relate to it. So that's a great jumping off point for us. It's most important for us to have great characters on the show that can relate to somebody, some segment of the population, so they can go, hey, that's me, or that's my brother, or that's my husband, or that's my wife. And so that is one key ingredient for us. And the other thing is that I feel like, interestingly, our contestants are so far, over to one side. I mean, they have tried everything, that if you're just a viewer at home watching the show, you may think, hey, I'm in bad shape, but I'm not that bad. And you start to feel a little bit better about yourself. And so there's a lot of different, things that are going on, I think, for that, kind of drives the success of the show. I did a bunch of interviews very early on. I mean, you call yourself a show called The Biggest Loser, which I actually, had to fight the network to keep the name. They wanted to change it, and I knew we could cut through, and people get on a scale and go, I'm a loser, I lost. That's, I wanted to turn it into a positive, and that would, so for the very first cast of Loser, they're without a doubt the biggest heroes. They had no idea who we were. They had no idea what kind of show we were out to create. They were about to stand virtually naked in front of America and display it all. These are people who wouldn't even put on a bathing suit in front of their husbands or wives, or be even seen publicly in any type of display of skin. So I give them a lot of credit. I've often said that. I think there's nothing less than pure bravery out of them, and we owe them a lot. That first cast was incredible for us. You take a show like ours, which is already trying to hit on the heart and inspiration and the feel-goodness of what we're trying to do with our overall tone, and I think the General Mills partnership was probably the best that we've had. I feel like it resonated. It took the success of the show and really gave back in a way, and I think that we'll absolutely continue with that in the future. I mean, I think it's a responsibility. If you can work it in this genre of reality television into your creative workspace, then you kind of owe it. I mean, American Idol is a great example of that. The last couple of years with what they've done. We work really well. I think it's kind of a Hollywood a success story in of itself. We have all each other's backs and strengths and weaknesses that we bring to the table. We really check the egos at the door. We argue, but creatively argue, which I think at the end of the day makes the best product for us. It is a full-time job, and I think that's why having each other to cover each other off. Someone's in the edit bay, someone's out in the field, we're all in the creative room together, and there's a tremendous team behind this show, beyond the executive producers, as you can, everyone from our editing down to our PAs. I mean, it is, if you land a gig on Loser, you're set for a year. So that's either a good thing or a bad thing, It means a lot to me to gain respect for the show. Now, we've gone from no one respecting the show, or very few in the beginning, to quite a journey. But we've definitely never been honored at all or recognized by our industry. And to me, it's not just, this is not only the first award that we've gotten and have anyone looked at us and say, hey, this show deserves it, but I think when you're honored by your peers and by the association that NATPE is, it's tremendously important for us. And for me personally, I'm thrilled.